Now, I know that everything sells eventually is our motto sometimes, right? To make ourselves feel better about picking up crap. Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen and I'm the Restless Thrifter. Yay, it's been so long since I've said those words. I had my channel on hold for a while. I wasn't making any new content because I am a reseller who buys pre-owned things to resell online, and I was not buying enough nor selling enough to really justify a channel that was mostly hauls and what solds. So like what I was buying and what I was selling. I'm still selling stuff, and I was then, and in that time period, it's been the past few months, because I have a chronic illness. I have an autoimmune disease. I have rheumatoid arthritis, and it's flaring to such a degree that I'm basically disabled, to a degree. It's weird to say that word. I'm not going to get all into it because I say that, but then I always go off on tangents and talk about it because it is my life. But the pain and inflammation and all the other symptoms that come with it, the chronic fatigue, the brain fog, and the depression were taking over, and I just needed to take a break from this, because if you go back and watch, you can see it's all I could talk about. But I have something new to talk about, and that's why I restarted my channel to bring you some more content. And I am moving my business again. Last year I moved it temporarily down to Texas. I live in Denver, Colorado, and it was to help my mom out, who was going through her own illness. She was going through cancer, and I was doing fine at that time. She did pass away late last year, and I moved back to Colorado. My husband and dogs were still up here, so it wasn't like a permanent move. It was just helping out family. And now I'm moving again, but this time it's the whole household for a more permanent temporary move. And it's again to help family and to help us. My dad has been extremely lonely, as you would expect, and has been trying to figure out for the past 8 months what he would like to do. You know, would he like to stay in his home? Would he like to come live with one of his kids? And he's welcome to come live with any of us. But he's a Texas born and bred guy. And although we lived all over the world when he was in the Army, he wants to stay there, understandably. He'd prefer to stay in his home, understandably. But he wants company. And, eventually he's going to need help too. So we're moving down for that reason, and also because it benefits us right now when I am not able to bring in the income that I was bringing in with a full-time job. I did go full-time reselling this year, or I attempted before I got sick. I wanted to build that up. I'd still like to, but I just can't build right now. I can't grow. And so I'm not bringing in enough to help the household as much as we need. And we don't want to get in a bind, in a situation where we're not setting ourselves up for success when we are retired. So yeah, we'll come back to Colorado one day, or somewhere different. Maybe we'll decide to retire overseas or in another state. Who knows? But for now, that's what we're doing. And so I thought I would share this experience with you guys. I would share what it's like to move a business, what it's like to pare down your belongings to probably about 15% of what you own. That's the hard part right now. We are needing to downsize because we're merging 2 households, and we don't need 2 or 3 of everything. And right now we're in a 4-bedroom house with a full basement that has a whole separate den and kitchenette, and we have a lot of things. This place is packed, and then we have all my reselling stuff. And so, my dad's going to be getting rid of some things, family members going to be taking some items that they would like, and he may have to get rid of some other items, but we're really not bringing that much furniture. And so I am selling a lot of it on Facebook Marketplace, and I can share that, what it's like to sell on Marketplace with local pickup, what sells quickly, and what, you know, nobody is interested in. Maybe it's the price point, those types of things. So I'll be sharing those experiences. We're going to be getting rid of, this is totally an estimate, 50% of our belongings. And then of that other 50% that we're keeping, 50% of that is going to go into storage. That's just an estimate. So we'll be bringing 25% of our stuff. That still seems high. So I'm guessing that of that remaining 25%, there's going to be some trash, donate, that type of thing. So I am sorting through that stuff. I've sold quite a few things on Facebook Marketplace in the first, like, we just made this decision on Thursday. And if you know me, you know I jump into action right away. I have to. It makes me feel better. I'm like, oh my God, big life changes. Let me start doing something right now. And so I did. And so I started selling on Facebook Marketplace. And in a future video, I will share with you those sales. Today, my goals are to start consolidating some of my inventory into bins that we can ship, because I have bins all over the place. I have, and I call them bins, and really it may be like a guest room drawer is bin IDD1. That stands for India, because our rooms are named India Room Dresser Drawer 1. I need to get that into a bin, not only because it'll be easier to move that way, but because we're getting rid of that dresser. And so that is what I'm doing today. I have an ottoman that has 4 storage cubes that is full of stuffed animals. I have another smaller ottoman that is also full of inventory, some stuffed animals, just random things. And then I have these 2 plush boxes that are, well, as described, plush boxes. I may just end up taping those up and not putting it in a bin, because I'm out of bins. I don't want to have to buy more bins that I'm not going to necessarily need. And my inventory system is going to be a little bit different when I move. I'm figuring that out too. And then I have, like I said, the dresser drawers in one of the guest rooms that have inventory. And that's mostly clothing, so I'm going to be finding existing bins to put those in. But, you know, plush takes up a lot of space. So I also may be looking at it and saying, is this even selling, and donating it. It's hard to donate your stuff, especially when you've already put the work into it to put the listing up. I won't do that with things that don't take up a lot of space or weight, but if it is taking up a lot of space and it's not going to sell, I know that everything sells eventually is our motto sometimes, right? To make ourselves feel better about picking up crap. But, you know, if everything is not going to sell in the next, if things are not going to sell in the next 2 months, because that's what we're talking about. Timeline wise, we'd like to leave here sometime in December. I mean, no, September. If only I had that much time. But realistically, we have a lot to do, so we have to try to get through that. I don't have good lighting right now. I don't have myself put together, and I won't for a while. This is as put together as it gets. I have clean clothes on and my hair is up. It is frizzy because, you know, I've got curly hair, whatever. This is me. And let me get started on things. I will try to show you what I'm doing a little bit, but some of it's going to be boring. So maybe I'll do fast motion. Maybe I'll just cut to, you know, the end. But I'll talk about it a little bit, and I would love for you guys to ask me questions, because it'll get me thinking about things that maybe I haven't thought about yet. You'll be seeing Reacher. Let's see if I can get him down here. I think he might be outside. Well, here comes Sophie. You'll be seeing Sophie too. Say hi to the peeps. She's a little more camera shy. This is Sophie. She is a blue heeler / cattle dog. Where are you going? Hey, where are you going? Oh, there's a ball. Yeah, get the ball. Oh boy. Yep. Action mode activated. Very good. Very good. And that squeaking, of course, brought Reacher down. There's Reacher. Here's my best friend. He's usually with me at all times, but I think he was upstairs napping, and now he's going to try to get the ball from Sophie because That's more important than anything. I'm being circled. There's really no room in here, guys. Like, none. Come on. Out. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Sophie. Good catch. All right. See you in a minute. So let's take a peek at the disaster I'm living in. At least I have an excuse right now is that, oh, I'm moving. You know, we're going through things. This is my laundry room and some of my inventory space. Let me zoom out. And, you know, the rest of the laundry room, laundry to do, laundry to fold, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm standing in my shipping area. So let me see if I can back out from here. I'm using a cane and a walker. When I need to go, you know, longer, further, it's a wheelchair. There's going to be some bad videography here because of my Munster, like walking, you know, Herman Munster. My knees and feet don't work so well, and I'm using a cane at times, just mostly for balance, because I don't want to fall down. But here's my shipping station and the rest of the laundry room. So much stuff. And then, dear God help me, this is my den in the basement. And it went from being an Airbnb living room to, you can see the desks over there, a COVID working space, to all the junk. We have sold this TV stand, so we have it out and ready for someone to come grab it. They're going to get it on Friday. And let me try to step around all the crap. Oh my gosh. This is really, truly like physical therapy because it is challenging. This TV that's on the futon. Futon's for sale if anybody wants it. TV is not. And here's most of my other inventory, but like I said, we have stuff in random places. So what I need to do is, you see that pile of clothes? I need to sort through that because that's mostly personal stuff that I'm probably going to throw away, and get to that ottoman that you might be able to see like a corner of, because in there is some plush. So that's what I'm going to do next. And you don't need to see this. This is going to be boring. Ooh, we also have these books. Okay, so I have listed these books on Facebook Marketplace. No one's buying them. I have reached out to a used bookstore owner to see if she buys books, because I'm just getting rid of more than half of my collection. You know, some I have read, some I have not read. They were like, oh, books to read that I've been moving from home to home. And these two bookshelves were completely full, overflowing. And my husband wants to keep all his. I'm getting rid of most of mine. I'm keeping anything I really love that I'll read again or that is sentimental. But a lot of it is going. So if you see it stacked up vertically, it's going. Yeah. I got a lot to get rid of, and I don't have time to be selling them all on eBay, you know, for 99 cents plus free shipping. You know, I don't. So a lot of them will likely get donated in the end. Whew, I'm sweating down here. It's humid down in the basement. And I'm in Denver. I'm Texas. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to set a timer for 15 minutes and see what I can do, because it's really about all I can handle at a time standing wise, and I'll need to be standing. And then I'll take a break, which will just be me sitting on a bed, laying on a bed, watching TikTok. And then I'll get up in another, 30 minutes. So it's like 15 minutes on, 30 minutes off. You can see why I don't get much done, right?
But it's not. It's a good deal.
Taking my break.
I'll make money on it.
Reacher watches reselling videos with
I
me.
don't think it's totally unfair.
Yeah, he really likes it when people have dogs.
Okay.
Reacher, who's your favorite dog? You love Sasha, don't you?
Yeah. Okay,
You love
cool. Let me get
Sasha
my
on the Philly Flipper.
Thing. It's like almost like a dog toy, but it's an instrument.
He's like,
forever.
he
It's
just
vintage.
became more interesting.
There's two of them.
Okay, I give up. I didn't last very long. My first round downstairs trying to do stuff, and I didn't last very long in the second round. I slept about 2.5 hours, and I'm beat. So the fatigue, the chronic fatigue that goes along with autoimmune is real, and I'm so worthless. I'll have the motivation in my heart to do stuff, and then I won't have the physical ability. Like my knees and hands and feet are the worst, but everything hurts. In fact, I gotta make this video short because my arm is starting to hurt from holding the camera. And yeah, I don't have much, so I didn't get much done. But that's it. I mean, this was probably a very boring video, but it gets you updated onto what I'm doing if you're interested. And if there's any new folks here, I do talk about reselling at some point. I have so much to do. Bye, y'all.